ほどかないでほどかないでそこに真理はないの育児なしで一人きりできっと隠してた愛されて閉ざされた今は届きはしない愛されてここで手を差し伸べろ
And so it begins. Or does it end yet again? Alright, so anyways, Death End Request. For those of you who probably know, and for those who do not know, I did stream this game a while ago. It was the Japanese version. And with that, I was able to cop a feel about, with the gameplay and all that stuff. So, that's how that went. Seeing how everything went, I wasn't able to finish the story in the Japanese version. But it's like, But most likely I am going to play that every now and then and whatnot. So, for the most part, everything until like a certain point, I am going to know what's going to be going down and whatnot. Drill trap. Sal. Mr. Baller. Charitable work. Okay. So, for those new to this, the premise is as follows. Chick gets trapped in a VR MMORPG. Dude tries to help girl get untrapped from VR MMORPG.
I can feel myself fading.
Sheena's English VA. I will say I'm thoroughly liking it. Thoroughly liking it.
Don't give up, Sheena! I've already leveled you past the max! You're in God mode now!
I don't know.
Try summoning your power from within. If you don't concentrate, then you'll stand no chance against that thing.
Sheena, you're in God
Hold
mode.
strong. Keep your head up. You can do it. Believe in yourself.
I can't. I've never had it in me. Everyone else is gone. I'm the only one left.
Don't give up. Don't give in to despair.
There is no Zool, only despair.
I can't save this world.
Sheena, behind you! Watch out!
What do you mean behind you? It's not behind, it's right in front of her.
Sheena!
See, now how would he...
Infected by a deadly virus, opened its sinister
How would he
maw
know that's coming from behind him when it just, like, appeared? How would he
and
know?
sank its razor-sharp fangs into her flesh, locking its jaw onto her before spitting her out.
Oh!
Thick droplets of her blood were splattered onto the dirt.
They cut it out.
Gashes on her abdomen exposed her spinal cord and vital organs. She made 2 tepid steps backward before crumbling to the ground like a marionette with snipped strings.
Damn it! Sheena!
As shock set in, she struggled to make sense of what was happening around her. With a last, desperate breath, she uttered,
Mizunashii. Mizunashii.
Sheena!
Mizunashii. It hurts.
Sheena, don't! Hurry! Get away from there! Please!
Oh.
Stop!
It didn't take it out.
Stop!
The monster licked its lips, its taste for blood slowly driving it toward the meek and bloodied prey before it. Its nostrils flared, savoring the anticipation before snapping its jaws around the girl's head and heaving it into the empty sky. Her freshly removed spinal cord trailed behind her mangled head like a nightmarish comet. Her headless body slammed into the dirt, color draining out of it as it settled into the ever-growing pool of blood.
Ah! Sheena! Sheena! Damn it! I couldn't save her in time! God! Buddha! Whoever the hell is listening! Damn you! This death end is horrific! You... What is your purpose? God damn it!
Okay, so they didn't take that part out, even though that part is, you know, It's pretty gruesome.
You, staring at me. Who are you? Are you God? Or are you the devil?
I wonder. I can be whatever you want me to be.
What does the end of the world mean? Oh, it was just a dream. Or should I say a nightmare? What did it mean? Huh? Where am I? Whose house am I in? Actually, who am I? What the? They're wrapped so tight. What are they? Huh? They look like spider legs. Yuck! They gross me out. Huh? What the? What?
What is she saying what for? Alright, so getting through the game. If you touch the glowing white key, you will obtain information and items necessary to progress the game. If you ever find yourself stuck, look for the key. Once conditions have been filled, a exclamation will appear on the mini-map. Okay, so basically I legit already know all this stuff. But, you know. So legit, to progress, you just need to get these keys with the exclamation points. That you know what I mean? That's legit how it is. Welcome to the menu for World's Odyssey. In it, you'll find numerous functions that are sure to be useful for any beginning adventurer. Various bits of information needed to progress the game can be found in the library. Progressing through the story will unlock new bits of information. Be sure to check back often. Alright. So here's the thing, right? This menu, it does become very, very important. And not just by, like, you know, learning about how to do everything. Alright, so corruption up and everything like that. I kind of figured those out. Okay, so when the time comes, right, when you come to this menu, you will have to switch in between the game world and reality to actually progress everything properly the way that you need to. So you're going to have a game portion, and then legit you're going to have a visual novel portion of this game.
What's going on here?
Alright. This bed is dressed so neatly. Where could the owners of this house be? Maybe you're the owner of the house, Sheena.
What's going on here?
What a precious family portrait. Oh, photograph. I'm sorry. There's a young girl and her mother, maybe? Huh? The mother looks strangely similar to me. It can't be. I must be imagining things. I wonder if this family lived here. Oh. But I see nothing in the picture, Sheena. I see nothing. But whatever. Whatever you say, right?
What's this?
So, my first concern when I heard this game was coming to the US was like, alright, I wonder how much they're gonna censor some things, because this was made by Idea Factory, the people behind Neptunia. So I was wondering if they were like, oh, we're gonna bring it to the US, but you know, people might cut down the gore and the nudity and whatnot, right? Even though there's not really, like, legit, it's like, alright, when they go into their virus forms, the outfits become a lot skimpier. But it's kind of like, alright, it kind of goes with that certain sense in some anime tropes where it's like the less clothes you have on, the more powerful you become. So, in the intro, it didn't look like it was going to do that, but we shall find out. We're actually going to see how much they've actually censored within here. If they didn't censor anything at all, then they just, like, English dubbed it, which will be perfectly fine. These two chairs look comfortable. All of the dishes and utensils are still organized in the kitchen, so maybe that family lived here after all. Seriously, why can't I remember anything? Where the hell am I? Ooh, saucy. Wait, I just need to collect my thoughts. Let's just calm down, take a deep breath, think. If I can't recall my memories, maybe I just need to retrace my steps. Start wherever I can remember, and take it from there. The jiggle physics are still there, that's for sure. And then I'm playing another game where it's, yeah. Well, I knew the whole thing was like, alright, her memories are kerfuzzled and whatnot. And the game is like pretty screwed up right now. Okay. Can I remember my name? Sheena? Yeah, that's it! Sheena! Sheena, I only remember my first name. But that's okay. It's progress. She is so hopeful. Still, I have no idea where I am, though. This house must belong to whoever is posing in that photograph. Something about this house is oddly familiar. Like I've stood here before. This girl, too, in the photo. I recognize her from somewhere. Besides, there's no sign as to how I ended up here in the first place, is there? Perhaps I can let this go for now. Okay, what did I do yesterday? Nothing's coming to mind. The longer I stay here, the more depressed I'll become. Maybe I should go outside. If I get some fresh air, it'll all come back to me. Stewing in here without a clue won't do me any good. The only way to get out of a rut is to keep going. Alright, I'm really trying to sound upbeat, and I'm like lightheaded right now. Ugh. You know what that means? Regular reading. Alright, so legit. This whole game's thing is good endings and bad endings. And bad endings can happen at almost any time when you go into like a cutscene. Not cutscenes like this, but cutscenes where you have to make decisions. And if you make a bad decision, you're getting a bad end. So, but the trick behind it is, you actually want to get bad endings, that way you unlock everything. Because bad endings, you will actually get things. This meadow looks gorgeous. It all feels so... It's all coming back to me. That's right, I'm an adventurer. Once every 2,000 years, the gates to Odyssea, the mystical sky capital, open up to adventurers that are pure of heart. Naturally, a city in the sky isn't that exactly easy to find, so I had to set off for Hardis, the military kingdom, to find more information. In a stroke of good luck, one of the local guilds in Hardis let me reside in this house for the duration of my stay here. Oh, what a relief. I was beginning to panic, thinking that my memories would never return. Well, I've got a sword, which should come in handy for whenever I'm off to... I'm Sheena the Adventurer! Time for me to see Odyssea, the legendary city in the sky. Guess that explains why I've got these leggings dangling underneath my dress. Oh, these legs dangling underneath my dress. Wow, everything's coming back to me. When it rains, it pours. Oh, Sheena. They say that people who visit Odyssey discover riches and happiness beyond their wildest dreams. Wait for me, Mother. I promise I'll find Odyssey and bring you the happiness you need. What about the happiness she deserves? Anyway, this place. Is there no one else around here? I guess not, Sheena. Code salve. Alright, House of Silverbrand is the original name of it. Well, guess what? We're gonna... I'm upset. I'm upset this is...
This'll do.
Oh, it's not that good. Alright. It just gives me a lot of HP. Well, a good amount of HP. Increases EXP gained after battle.
This'll do.
Yeah, indeed it will. Alright, so... The game is weird about leveling when you first start out. Because when you first start, it's very hard to level up. Because you'll fight enemies, you only get like 1 EXP. And that'll go on for like maybe like 10, 15, maybe 20 battles, something like that. And then, you know, then you'll begin to level up. Can I? No. No. Not it. Alright. Alright, well, Sheena the Adventurer. It's time to go on another grand adventure. Looks the same as usual. Alright, anyway. Let's roll on out, shall we? Come to think of it, did I even bother to eat yesterday? The memory still escapes me. In fact, I have no idea how long I was asleep. And this kingdom doesn't resemble how it looked when I first got here. I don't remember it looking this desolate. Hardis' aggressive tactic of invading nearby kingdoms landed them a less than favorable reputation, meaning they had few allies. Sterfil, Gawain, Rizari, Tora. Even so, one army is capable of wiping a kingdom off the face of the world. Honey, you'd be surprised. I shudder to think about what kind of power is at play here. I wonder what happened. Tell me, where did my memories go? Are you asking me? Or are you just like, I don't know, let me just, you know, say whatever right now? So, here's... Alright, so now I can select if I want the voice to go back to English or be Japanese. To be honest, I'm gonna just keep it the way that it is, because, you know, I've heard Japanese enough of this game as it is.
Someone screamed just now? Where did it come from? Where are you? Please, answer me!
Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, auto this. No, not auto! No, no! When I said auto, I didn't mean skip. Or maybe that was the end of that cutscene. I forget the very beginning of this game. It's been months. Wait, because there's a skip. And I didn't skip. I did R1.
Help me!
There we go. That was the end of that cutscene. Alright, I was about to say.
Oh no! Someone's being attacked by a monster. I have to help somehow. But do I even know how to fight? He'll be fine. That's what muscle memory's for, right? I'm sure I'll get the hang of it.
Okay,
I
Sheena.
won't lose!
This isn't exactly new to us. But you'll get used to it. Alright, so legit. Boom.
Alright.
If you just press X, it just goes into like a manual thing.
Identifying enemies' weak points. Scanning.
Alright, so. I never used this because I was just like, alright, well, you know. So. I just went in doing whatever. It usually worked out.
All right.
Okay. First off, camera view's kinda odd.
Use this! Come on, let's go! Yeah! Out of here! Took you down! Whoa, what the?
Okay, I'll turn
My
it
turn.
down. Alright, that's better.
All right. Hiya! Hey! Home run!
My guy,
Let's go. All right. Hiya!
get up off me, good sir. Boom.
Delete
Okay.
it. Leave
There
it to
we go.
me.
Now, well, he doesn't really. Okay,
All right. Yeah!
boom, boom.
Got him! Deleted. Woo! We won! Let's keep at it.
Huh. Okay, so because of the Mr. Baller thing, that basically legit overlaps the whole having issues leveling up when you first start. By a good margin.
I
good
managed
to know.
kill it.
Are you all right?
A little bruised is all.
Forgive me. It's all my fault.
No, I'm just glad you're safe.
Oh, you are far more heroic than you look. Allow me to extend my gratitude by tending to those wounds of yours.
I would appreciate that.
feeling a lot better now. Thank you.
On the contrary, I should be the one thanking you for saving me. Pardon me, I haven't yet introduced myself. My name is Rook. As you have likely gathered by now, I am a traveling merchant by trade.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sheena, an adventurer.
A pleasure. Lately, martyrs have been taking to crowding these trails, making it impossible for me to sell my wares in peace.
What's a martyr?
Oh, haven't you heard?
Well, you see, I actually just woke up a few moments ago with no recollection of how I got there. My memory's fuzzy.
What? Oh, how awful. Martyrs are monsters that have been touched by the kiss of madness. Yes, for a few months now, reports of monsters attacking people have been increasing to a frightening degree.
Oh, okay, so they just call it the kiss of madness.
How did I not remember any of this?
Much has changed in the last year. Do you really remember nothing?
Not a thing.
Not even what you ate yesterday?
Nope.
Most unfortunate.
Well, I can't let it bring me down. Things will turn up sooner or later.
What makes you say that?
My mother always told me that someone up there is watching out for me.
I see. Your mother sounds like a devout woman. Surely our Lord will shine upon you with his blessings. Amnesia is nothing to scoff at. I can imagine how confusing all of this must be, so I will try to help you in the meantime.
Then, would you mind catching me up on everything I've missed?
Well, you needn't burden yourself with the sad tale of this fallen world. Some things are better left unsaid.
I want to know it all. Please, tell me.
Very well, then. Allow me to tell you about the Entoma Scourge. 1 year ago, the world as we had known it ceased to exist. On that fateful day, a terrifying beast came down from the heavens and unleashed catastrophe across the entire country.
What? What do you mean? What's an Entoma?
The Entoma was a curse from the gods, a living, breathing embodiment of atrocity, brought to life by the despicable sins committed by our people. Vanity and greed became the gospels of our time. The rich became richer, and the poor became poorer. Soon, it seemed people had forgotten how to love. In no time at all, the thin fabric holding friends and family together was torn asunder. Constant threats of war and invasion gave corrupt nobles the chance to tax every cent from out of their subjects' pockets. Desperation birthed from a widening gap betwixt the rich and poor. Thievery and violence became commonplace. Lives lost over loaves of bread. The nobility cackled atop their high towers, taking pleasure in watching their subjects turn on one another, while they sipped their wine.
Shouldn't they be sipping tea? I mean, the tea is like, oh, none of my business, though.
The notion of salvation became a fool's currency. Eventually, the destitute and starving citizens had reached a point of no return. One by one, they fell to their knees onto the ragged earth, begging for death as mercy from their constant suffering. Memories of our vibrant past were tossed into the graves of those brave enough to remember them. That is, until the Scourge had ripped the heavens in half without warning. It cut through the sky like steel through flesh, flattened our mountain ranges, and ruined our forests and seas with a divine rainbow light. The beast itself had later become known as Heaven's Messenger, striking fear into the hearts of those unlucky enough to cross its path. Furious with our people's disregard for life, God saw fit to punish us without warning. We had no choice but to accept.
Heaven's messenger? Divine punishment?
Within 10 days, the beast destroyed not only Heartis, but each of the surrounding kingdoms as well.
Oof.
Mankind was beside itself, without recourse or any chance of retaliation. Men, women, and children were being killed, left and right. Just when we thought that all hope was lost, our long-awaited salvation had finally arrived. The monster's body had suddenly frozen and shattered into pieces.
What happened to it?
That I do not know. All we know for certain is the monster's shattered fragments rained down upon our world, leaving little behind save for its terrible memory in our minds. Spared from their accursed tyranny, the people celebrated in the streets.
So there are survivors aside from us?
Yes, although few and far between. Some of them still live in small enclaves. However, the fact that you lack any recollection of this event means you were asleep, not for a few months, but for over a year.
I have no idea how I lost my memory, so I'll just have to fill in the blanks somehow. I appreciate you taking the time to recount what I've missed. Seems like I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Ah, you impress me. It's rare to find someone whose nose is still pointed towards the future. Sheena, there's a bit more to this story. Many who survived the calamity experienced a strange emotional shift, proclaiming to dedicate their lives to piety. People had interpreted their salvation as a miracle, and thus were eager to pay it forth to prevent another monster from appearing. As of a few months ago, however, this ended with a few alarming consequences.
How so?
An event known as the Mass Consternation. Odd, unexplainable happenings popping up out of nowhere. In one instance, a man had evaporated like smoke in his own bedroom. A woman claimed to see God's light before slitting her own throat.
Oof.
What?
I heard of one village that committed a mass suicide by drowning, jumping into the ocean like a pack of rats from a sinking ship.
Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know. It was as if they were martyrs, suffering for the sake of avoiding retribution. It was around this time that monsters started to appear yet again, igniting fear into those who had survived to remember their ghastly deeds. Eventually, people began suspecting that the souls of these recently departed martyrs learned how to inhabit the bodies of monsters. Hence, monsters began attacking innocent people without warning. At least, that was the rumor. The name soon stuck, and these beasts you see roaming around are what we now refer to as martyrs. Crowds of frightened town-goers would look up at the sky at once and mutter, "We are forsaken."
Some
I
spooky
don't
stuff.
understand. What could compel people to end their own lives? There has to be some explanation, right?
You're wise, Sheena. As you stated, we had eventually discovered the reason for the mysterious slew of mass suicides. It appears you have one attached to your leg as well. That is the mark of the Entoma, the catalyst that drives people to madness. Unfortunately, You will soon feel its effects as it slowly eats away at your mind.
What? He must mean the spider legs.
Oof.
Ah! What the? It's moving?
Yes, my dear.
Ah! It's fluttering up my skirt!
That, my dear, is proof of your curse. It has a mind of its own, ensnaring its hapless prey while slowly corrupting it over time. If inorganic matter is touched by the curse, then it eventually withers away. If it latches onto a living thing, however,
Then what happens?
their brains become infected to the point that they spiral out of control. You might be a bigger threat to yourself than you think. Now that monsters and this damned Intoma have all but doomed this place, there is little for anyone to do other than watch the gradual and tragic demise of our world. Oh, goodness me. In times as bleak as these, it feels like a real labor to go on living.
Well, you know what they say, living is hard, dying is easy.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. I think I just have a stomachache.
Oh no! Forgive me. I've spent all this time reminiscing. How rude of me.
I'm fine. It'll subside in a bit. If everything you said was true, about the curse and the end of the world, then I'm so sorry. Somehow, though, I'm still happy.
But how can you?
That's what I'm saying.
Makes me think. Meeting someone new and learning something about them feels like a miracle of its own at times. When I see my reflection in someone else's eyes, I can't help but blush. For a brief moment, my life has purpose.
Forever
Knowing
the
that I matter to
optimist, huh?
someone else brings me joy. It's hard to explain.
Joy, huh?
Yes. So, Rook, you just need to... I'm so sorry. That was rude of me.
It's fine. Because of what you just said, I am reminded that life still holds some splendor. Thank you for sharing that beautiful sentiment.
You're welcome.
I've no doubt that someday we will find a way to lift the curse of the Intoma from our lands. If I learn anything more about it, then you'll be the first to know.
Really? Thank you. Well, guess I'll be seeing you around, Rook. The world needs me.
Sheena, where are you going?
I'm an adventurer. There's only one place for me to go. The place where all adventurers dream of. The mystical sky capital, Odyssea.
Odyssea? Are you sure that such a place even exists? All of what I just mentioned, including Heaven's Messenger, is a little more than hearsay. Stories to scare young children.
Of course it exists. Dream a little, Rook. I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn again.
Sheena,
Oh, please, I don't mind. So, do you have any clue how to reach Odyssea?
Well,
Additionally, extensive travel requires adequate funds. Are you well prepared?
now we broke.
Apologies. Judging by your reaction, the answer would seem to be no. Oh, come to think of it, I recall the king had announced that he was recruiting new guards. Why don't you try gaining some money that way, hmm?
really? Yes, I'd love to.
In that case, let me show you how to reach the palace. Follow this corner, then make a left down this path. Here is a map.
Wow, thank you. See you around.
Good luck out there, young traveler.
Bless you, Rook. Good luck to you too.
What a spry thing. If the next generation has as much spirit as her, then perhaps there's hope yet for the future of our world.
Maybe.
However, it might be too late.
Rook, you gotta dream a little, okay? You gotta keep hope alive. Okay, so the sign of Entoma. I figured like the appendages that each of the girls have on their bodies and whatnot would be the cause of their whole like corruption thing. Let's see now. Made it. So this is the palace, huh? It's humongous from the outside. Hardis, a sprawling kingdom with one of the biggest armies in the world. This palace certainly lives up to its sizable reputation. I can't forget, though, that the king is infamous for being a power-hungry conqueror. I should keep on my toes while I'm here. I wonder if I'd ever visited the palace before I lost my memories. What if this isn't my first time here? Oh well, what's important for now is I gain an audience with the king. Hew. How odd. For a palace this huge. I thought I'd see a lot more people by now. One soldier even. I mean, I'm pretty sure Rook just said, you know, with all the stuff going on, yeah, ain't that many people. Silence is disarming. Maybe if I scream, someone will notice me. Notice me, senpai! Notice me! Yeah, I'm not screaming that. Hello? Echo. Hello. I'm here to enlist as a guard. Not a peep. Guess this place really is empty. Well, maybe not. The front gate was open. The king's probably sitting in the throne room. I should try searching more thoroughly. You killed my wife! Off with your head! Wow, you definitely sound like the Queen of Hearts. Huh? Where did that voice come from? Well, obviously somebody's upset. You said so yourself. There has to be somebody within the throne room.
What's going on here?
Door is locked, honey.
What's this?
Sheena, you're not even running. You're just slightly jogging around. Relax. Alright. Alright, so from what I remember, I can't go just... Or I can just go straight up here. Oh. Okay, I remembered there being a wall. Door shut. Huh. I'm not surprised. Alright, this is the rest area. Unfortunately, rest area is not available. Ooh, excuse me, not yet anymore. Glowing things! Extracted bug wings. Alright, run, Forrest, run. Now burn off those calories. Even if we don't remember. Alright, so the wall is there.
What's this?
Nope, the door is also locked. Door is also shut. More glowing things. A ring fragment. There we go. Actually, wait a minute. Time out. It told me about collecting things over there. It didn't tell me down. Alright. You know the first thing I collected was downstairs. Whatever. Late information. Of course, I already knew the information anyway.
I wonder what that was all about. Oh, he scared me. I thought no one was inside, so I went on ahead and pushed the door open.
It's a guard.
My name is Sheena. I'm an adventurer. Forgive me for barging in. I tried calling out earlier, but it seemed like no one else was around. Oh, I'm here to enlist as a guard. I heard you were recruiting. Oh, what am I even saying? I'm letting my panic get the best of me. Keep it together!
Guard just chilling.
Something is wrong.
Hey!
What do I do? I wonder why he isn't responding.
You hear
His
that
eyes are
voice?
vacant and placid. No matter how much I move or speak, he doesn't budge. I wonder if that Entoma's Scourge thing has something to do with this. My goodness, though. I can tell why the king would enjoy living here. I've never seen anywhere so lush and extravagant. The woman in this portrait is stunning. She's so regal, like a queen or a princess of some kind. But why does the painting look like it's been hacked apart by a sword? I couldn't fathom why anyone would dare to desecrate a royal portrait.
It's a kiss of madness, my dear.
Have I met her somewhere before? No way. That can't be. How the heck would someone like me meet the royal family when it... Ah! Oh no, what did I do? Guard just started glaring back at me. I should get out of here. I'm sorry. I'll just come back later. I should head back to the palace entrance. What's going on here? This whole castle seems a bit off. Oh, I know. Why don't I ask the king?
I just have to find a way to speak with the king. As the thought crossed my mind, I decided to head back into the throne room.
Excuse me.
Didn't you just run from this guard? Oh my gosh.
Sorry about earlier, but there's something urgent that I need to ask the king. I hope I'm not being too rude, but would you let me through to speak with him? He isn't responding again. Maybe that means I can proceed? I see someone standing over there. Is that the king? He might not be able to hear me from here, so I'll have to get closer.
Hey! You there! Run!
Huh? Huh? I thought I heard a voice just now.
You didn't hear it before.
Am I imagining things? Excuse me. Your Highness, I want...
You've traveled a long distance, adventurer.
What a relief. Seems I can talk to him.
Have you come to defile my wife as well?
Huh?
Wait, you've got me all wrong. I never do anything.
Defile your wife, good sir. We would never.
Those hideous legs on your body are proof of your insolence. A stain reserved for sinners, as the rest of us await salvation from the Ark!
You're awaiting salvation
Fidgeting again?
from the Ark.
It was hiding under my skirt a second ago, but now it's traveling up my thigh. The king is staring at me. It's making me uncomfortable. Your Highness, please hear me out. The Queen and I have never even met and...
Bow before the Lord's graces! Touch your head to the ground and repent with your blood!
That sounds like a blood
The
sacrifice.
purging light only desecrated our world because of sinners like you.
What is he talking about? So it isn't just the cards that are acting strangely. The king's going cuckoo too.
The world is cursed and falling into ruin. Soon all will be reduced to ash. The devout will be saved, and the sinners punished! I hereby charge you with the murder of my wife, the Queen! Off with her head!
Oh. Of course. No wonder you sound like the Queen of Hearts. King Heartless. Of course you got the whole trope of off with your head down packed. And then you got the guard over here just, you know, spasming out of control. What, are y'all powering up?
What the... No! Ow! You're hurting me! The guard... He's got weird legs coming out of him just like me.
God has forsaken you! Death to all sinners!
No!
God has forsaken you! Death to all sinners! Welcome to your demise, adventurer.
Oh my. Things have definitely turned a dark turn for our hero, ladies and gentiles.
What was all that about?
Oh, you know. Typical RPG madness, my dear.
Maybe coming here was a bad idea. I need to hurry out of the palace.
There is no God. There is no God! Welcome to your demise, adventurer.
But now you're saying there's no God. You're backpedaling, my dude, because you just said... You... Okay. Alright. You know what? Not here to punch holes. He's going Super Saiyan 1.
Wait!
I'm scared. What's happening? The guards are all corrupted. If the legs tethered to my body are a sign that I'm infected by this so-called curse, does that mean I'll lose my mind too? No, I can't.
Listen to me, Sheena. The Lord is watching over you. Follow the righteous path, and you will be showered by his blessing.
But dude just said there's no God. What am I to believe? What is there to believe in?
Mom, there is no God. There is no God.
See? Sheena gets it.
Ouch.
Itai?
My thighs, they're being constricted.
End of the world. It hurts. Ow, my legs. They're on fire. Ow. It feels like my insides are gonna burst. Ah!
There she is, the intruder!
Capture her!
Okay,
She's the culprit! Don't let her escape!
okay, they sound fine.
Seize her!
The other guards are like in pain.
No! Someone, anyone, please! Help me!
Hey, you there!
What?
Wait, are you? No way. How'd you get here?
Whose voice is this? Where is it coming from? Feels like I'm hearing it inside my head. Could it be? God? Please, save me! I'm being chased! Huh? God? Excuse me? Where'd you go? Answer me! Oh, that's cruel. You've turned your back on me.
You've been forsaken.
I have to get out of here. What's happening?
And the world begins falling apart. Now that monsters in this damned Itoma have all but doomed this place, there is little for anyone to do, other than watch the gradual and tragic demise of our world.
The tragic demise of our world. My stomach is killing me. What the heck's going on? Stop it!
Sounds like you're giving birth.
Nothing I do will make the pain subside. Why is this happening to me?
Error occurred. Please reboot World's Odyssey server.
What? What's going on? I'm terrified. Someone, please help me.
We're connected. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you crying?
No.
This place is swarming with guards. You need to sprint out of there as fast as you can. Listen to my directions very carefully.
Okay.
Turn around and head down the hallway on your right.
What? I just escaped from that hallway. And you want me to go back?
Just shut up and move!
Okay. Thank you, God.
What did you call me? Were you able to make it out?
Yes. Somehow. Ouch!
Hey, you okay? Watch your step.
I think so. I didn't see a ledge there. Must be by design.
You're not making any sense. By design?
Huh?
Anyway, keep going. Enter that room. There's a column with a hidden switch. Go ahead and press it. This is still an alpha build, so I can open up a way to pass through the column. Use this shortcut to escape the palace.
Alpha build? Shortcut. I have no idea what he's going on about, but I should listen to him. Whoa!
The communication's lagging out. You're starting to buffer. I can't see anything on my end. Were you able to make it through?
Yes. Safe and sound.
Good. Go ahead and continue down the path. There are some enemies up ahead, so don't stop for any reason, okay?
Okay.
What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. Just bewildered that God really does exist.
What are you talking about? Whatever, just keep going.
Okay.
This girl.
Sheena, I have a question for you, but don't stop walking. I'm gonna ask you directly. Are you... Sheena...
Huh?
Oh, yes. I'm... Sheena, the adventurer.
I know that. I'm asking about your real identity. You know, the girl behind the curtain.
Identity?
The only girl here is me. God, you sure are strange.
You're giving me a headache. If your last name isn't... Are you a hacker or something? Besides, how the hell are the World's Odyssey servers up and running? I thought they were shut down.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No idea? Are you serious?
I've lost my memory. An entire year's worth of experiences. Gone.
Gone? Really?
Yes. There's very little about myself that I remember, so I don't have all of the answers. Oh, but there is one thing that I remember. I have a vision of myself, aiming to reach the mystical capital in the sky, Odyssia.
Actually, that memory has been fabricated. Nothing more than a programmed objective.
A programmed objective?
Sheena, what's your favorite food?
Huh? Well, of course it's...
Steamed melon pod.
What? How did you know that?
I knew because of something that happened in my world where you actually exist. Your username. Sheena. Hey, you're Sheena. Right? Where have you been for this entire year? Everyone's been looking all over for you.
Wait, what? Excuse me. You're cutting out. What did you say after Sheena?
Sheena?
You're breaking up still. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Are none of my messages going through? Even in the backlog? Wait, is there a chance that the game is cutting me off on purpose? How is that possible? Then how about my name? It's...
Nope.
No, it's not coming through.
My name doesn't work either? Who's behind this? There's so much I want to ask you. What happened to you a year ago? Where are you right now?
Huh? I think you've got me mistaken for someone else. I'm an adventurer. I promised my mother that I'd reach Odyssia.
I told you, that's just your programming. Besides, your mother passed away when you were a young girl, didn't she?
What? Huh? She passed away when I was a young girl? You're lying. I promised Huh? What's going on? I hear a ringing from the back of my head. That can't be.
Do you remember now? It's true. You're...
Stop it! That's ridiculous! I just spoke with my mother recently! We had a conversation when I left my home. It's clear as day! How cruel can you be by telling me that my own mother is dead? You're no god! You're an imposter!
What? An imposter? Don't shoot the messenger!
You're taking advantage of my amnesia by lying to me! Just what are you playing at?
Oof.
Well, tough luck for you! I was a fool for thinking I could confide in God. What? Are you crying?
No. It's true. You really are.
That's not me. You've got me all wrong.
There she is, the intruder in the East Wing.
If she's killed by those guards, then it might cut off our line of communication. Okay, whether or not you trust me is beside the point right now. If you want to live, then listen to me. Get the hell out of there!
I hate how bossy you are.
So where are you going?
Damn it! No way! Where the hell did he come from?
Spider-Man.
Decapitation, incision, immolation, and mutilation! I can do it all!
Is he Buck too?
Okay, so if any of you have watched the movie Rock-a-Doodle, that little tangent he did right there definitely reminded me of that little owl. That's under, what is his name? What is his name? The tiny owl. Dang it, I forget. It's been so long.
Commence the execution! Come here, little girl. I will crush your lungs, fracture the bones in that fleshy body of yours in the palm of my hand!
Don't worry, Sheena. I'm right here with you. I can rewrite the code in real time to boost your fighting abilities.
I have no idea what you're talking about! I won't lose!
If I remember correctly, there was a game before, though, where the legit, like, the corruption level reaches 100, they will be unable to attack. Enemy attacks can also boost corruption. Some enemies are strengthened by corruption. Oh, some enemies are strengthened. Okay. Avoid stepping on bugs scattered. Well, here's the thing. It says to avoid stepping on glowing bugs, right? But if you do get enough corruption, you gotta reach like 80. I think 80 is the minimum. Like 80 or 75 or something like that. You can go into corruption mode and then you basically become OP. But it's only for like one turn. But it's very risky, and you also get debuffs from landing on the bugs and whatnot. So it's kind of best to, like, you know, not really actively walk on them and whatnot.
Leave it to me!
Like, you can if you want, but, you know, it's kind of like best not to do that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Use this! Come on, let's go! Hiya! Home run! Blast off!
14%.
My turn!
Yeah, so attacks like that definitely
Alright.
boost it.
Hiya! Out of here! Deleted.
How are you not dead?
My turn! Alright.
You're gonna be dead now. God, lined up. Boom.
Hiya!
Like golf.
Hey! Out of here! Blast off! My turn! Alright. Top!
You like bug swatter though.
Blast off! Woo! We won! Oh, have I gotten stronger?
Why? No matter what I throw at it, it just gets back up. Figured it out, Sheena. The reason you're so out of sorts is because something is causing your character's code to go haywire. It might be those spider legs. Haywire. The curse! Those legs are assigned into your bug. A piece of corrupted data is altering your configuration. I'm trying to remove them. What do you think? Why are you asking me for my opinion? My head is killing me. Everything's spinning. Bugs? You don't remember. You and I used to debug this game together. Debug? What? How do you know me? Ugh. And so this is where Sheena gives life. Ow! No! It hurts! It hurts! Sheena! What the hell's going on? She's freaking out. I gotta do something, or Sheena will. It hurts. Mom! Don't get out! No! Sheena! And so she's given birth.
What is happening?
That's your child.
Looks like an insect. It's bouncing in the air, almost like it's buzzing. Sheena, run for it! It's trying to eat you!
No! Stop! Stay still!
The code's going nuts. I can't make out what's happening. Wait, she isn't going mad? Is this for real? How is she able to withstand being corrupted by that bug?
Wow. Sheena, whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it.
My stomach hurts.
Just hold on for now. I'm gonna rewrite some of your code.
Prepare for your doom!
Damn it, it's gotten back up already. You're doing great, Sheena. Try accessing your attack commands now.
Attack commands? Could you stop speaking gibberish?
Your commands are,
There are times when the heads of our prisoners go missing after being decapitated. Care to guess why? It's because we stuff them and put them on display. But yours? I'm going to boil it with salt and spread it on a cracker to feast upon!
Man, that's not...
anything, just do something.
Out of surprise, I touched him, and the guard blasted off. Okay, you're ready to go. Okay, so what happened? Because now the bug is with me, and y'all talking about it's trying to eat me, and I'm like, no, that's not the case. Wow, what kind of magic is this? It's the bug, my guy. It's not magic. It's a cheat. Oh, okay. Too easy. Guess being able to manipulate the world with the tips of my fingers has its perks. What do you think? Are you impressed? Who are you? Are you a god after all? No god. I'm a programmer. I can sense power surging inside me.
Ready for battle. My turn. All right. Activated. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Out of here. It's over. Woo! We won. Am I getting stronger?
Indeed you are, Sheena. Okay. That hurts. Programmer? Ugh. Hey, are you alright? I missed your name. Who are you? Alright, well, we can sort out our names later. Let me catch you up on speed on your situation. You and I made this world together. We are the creators. Creators? Yep. Everything you see here stems from your vision. Then our team and myself expanded all of it. That's how World's Odyssey came to be. World's Odyssey? Buckaroo! What's going on? Buckaroo! I ran to stop it, but that thing flung me away and began to devour the guard's body. Boo-goo-goo-goo! Boo-goo-goo-goo-goo! Oh no! Oh no! Stop! Oh yeah. Yeah, that's well, children do need to eat. Sheena, get out of there. A monster's heading straight for you. That thing can't be real. It's huge. There's no time to cry. Behind you. Sheena! Damn it. You couldn't get away in time. It hurts. Aw, man. Kiki! Boogie! Sheena! What's happening? Sheena's appearance is changing. Her expression too. Something's altering her character model. But the bugs, they're swarming together. Her HP and SP bars are both pushing the max. Like, yeah. This is my destiny. I must save the world.
Talk about intimidating.
Glitch mode. Alright, so it is 80% to go into glitch mode. Alright, at the end of each turn, corruption reduces by 10%. If corruption dips below 80, glitch mode will end. One glitch mode, press triangle button to assign a wild skill to the third slot. And that'll have your glitch gauge go to 0. Okay, so this was what I was really concerned about. As far as I can tell, they really didn't change much. So, with that being said, I'm content. Now.
Die, 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 die! Go away, go away, go away! It's over! Oh, victory! All right, I'll work harder.
What did I... Ow! What's the matter? I feel powerless all of a sudden. Does she not remember what happened? I wonder if the bug has something to do with it. Obviously. I didn't know fighting like that was possible. Great job, Sheena. You ended that monster like it was nothing. I did? What should I do? I feel so horrible for letting that happen to him. Him. I mean the mutated executioner. Don't mind him. There's nothing either of us can do. But it wasn't a conscious decision on your part. That bug is a parasite, and it's using your body as a host to carry out its own will. True, but if anything, it was an act of mercy before his fate took a potential turn for the worse. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. A bug that devours other bugs, huh? It's like a real animal. Bagu! What am I to do from here on? Just don't know what's going on anymore. Let's just focus on getting you out of here. You aren't out of the line then yet. Okay. And so, we're with our child. Alright, so out of the palace we go, but we're gonna end up going back anyway. I made it out this far. I'm safe, right? Hello? Say something. Why are you so silent all of a sudden? Say... I don't hear your voice. Well, that's not good. Just... who am I? I feel ready to crumble. You don't know who you are. You're the bug from earlier, aren't you? Can you speak? I hate feeling left in the dark. I want to know everything. I mean, it's me. Why wouldn't I? But I don't know. I'm completely lost. I have no idea what to do with myself. This guy comes out of nowhere and totally shakes apart everything I thought I knew. I mean, those memories of leaving home are so real. I can practically taste them on my tongue. But I didn't sense any hint of deceit in his voice, so I want to believe him. It's all too much for me right now. There are so many things I need to ask you. What happened 1 year ago? Where are you at this very moment? Where was I? How am I supposed to know? I'm here. Answer me. Oh, well, you scared? Yes, I'm terrified. What if I'm not who I think I am? What did he mean by my programming? Are my memories nothing but lies? Am I really alive? Do I even exist in this world? Of course you exist, Sheena and Ninomiya. Alright. Seems like you heard me clearly this time. Sorry if I kept you waiting. I managed to whitelist our names in the game's text bank. Can you hear me down there? I'm Arata. Arata Mizunashi. Oh. Ninomiya? That's my name? Yes, that's your real name. Mizunashi. I can't believe I finally found you. I wish you knew how worried sick we've all been. You're safe in there, right? I was so scared. I missed you so much. Yeah, me too. Mizunashi. Where am I? I don't know if she's just doing that instinctively or she's actually getting her memories back.
Wake up. Wake up.
Crap. I didn't realize I fell asleep. What time is it? 3 a.m. Not even morning yet, huh?
Weeb time!
It's been a while since I've fallen asleep in the middle of work.
Yeah, those are degenerate hours, my guy.
Come to think of it, I'm starving. What do I have around here to eat?
My name is Arata Mizunashi. Woo! 27 years old. I'm a programmer. If I'm not at home, I'm at work. Ebbs and flows. Each second passed is just another line of code typed. When did I wake? When did I sleep? When did I start working? When did I stop? And when did I eat last? I won't ever take the time to ask myself any of these questions. Each day bleeds into the next, and no one bats an eyelash. But it's all okay. I'll just keep on
Oh,
going.
yeah, a steamed melon pond. Guess I forgot to eat the lunch I bought. Delicious.
Again? You were obsessed with that bread.
That must be what Sheena sounds like in English. In the real world. IRL, baby.
Huh?
Oh, no, I guess not. It is our favorite brunette.
The melon pawn? You practically eat them for every meal. Don't you get tired of the same thing?
This is where I work. Enigma Games. A small game development company where we work on software on behalf of game publishers. Much of what we do is kept under wraps by non-disclosure agreements. My coworker here, who shows little care for NDAs, is Sumika Tokiwa. She works on a project separate from my team, but she is undoubtedly one of Enigma's top
And my
programmers.
dietary habits are none of your business. I enjoy the taste, but that doesn't mean it's my favorite thing to eat. I guess I just don't have a craving for anything else. Forget that, Tokiwa. Aren't you swamped with work? Should you be hanging out with me?
Don't worry. I just finished working on a huge...
Oh, no. You're not skipping anything. Okay. Got speed skip and okay. Now, the good thing about that is backlog, my dude. Okay, so what were the last lines that were spoken? Don't worry, just finished working on a huge block of code, so I wanted to pick on you during my break. Here you go. Take it easy. Shouldn't throw things without a warning.
Don't worry. I just finished working on a huge block of code, so I wanted to pick on you during my break. Here you go.
Hey.
Take it easy. You shouldn't throw things without warning me.
Yeah, she definitely sounds like she likes him. But I digress.
Oh, it's coffee. Thanks.
No problem. Huh. Looks like someone had a productive evening.
What? What makes you say that?
Your code. I can see the progress you've made on your monitor. 300 lines in one day is something to be proud of.
Hey, don't you have another project to work on or something? You can't just peek at what I'm working on over here.
Oh, loosen up. Who cares? We're both employees for the same company. As far as I'm concerned, my work can be an open book to you.
Yeah. That's why they separate us into cubicles, right? What's the real reason you're over here anyway?
I already told you. I just wanted to pick on you.
Actually, if I remember correctly. Yeah, remove window. Boom. There she is.
I know you've got the skill to pull it together. But ever since she went missing, you've seemed totally disinterested in this project.
Let's drop it.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mean to reopen old wounds. I just hoped you could understand.
It's a personal problem. I just don't want to talk about it. It's not your fault, so don't worry.
That's not what I meant. You don't seem to get it, so I'll tell you as many times as you need to hear it. This isn't your fault. You shouldn't have to shoulder that burden on your own.
Right.
Hey, I just realized that bread you like so much, I mean, Sheena used to buy those from the shop downstairs, didn't she?
She did. She loved them so much. She used to buy them by the dozen for the office.
Let me guess. Before you knew it, you were hooked. Sounds like some Pavlovian training.
Huh?
What's the matter?
Pavlovian training, huh? I barely noticed.
I think everyone's entitled to slip into bad habits now and then. We just passed a year since Sheena went missing, haven't we?
Yeah. Which marks a year since the World's Odyssey project ended, too.
World's Odyssey, sometimes abbreviated as WOD for short. Enigma staked the company's fate into developing a VR MMO program, which is short for a virtual reality massively multiplayer game. Much of its larger development infrastructure was put into place by the well-known corruption Aggle Incorporated. A few years ago, a game engine that they released made headlines. It was an immersive cloud-based system known as the Alice Engine. Shiina Ninomiya, a fresh-faced director full of imagination and enthusiasm, helmed the project. With her and the Alice Engine confirmed, I hopped on the project as the game's primary programmer, who set out to make something never made before, a fully realized fantasy world. However, in the middle of development, the Alice Engine began producing a series of bugs that were proving impossible to fix. To make matters worse, Shiina Ninomiya, our fearless director, had suddenly vanished. We had no choice but to halt development for WOD. We made it to the alpha stage of the build, but the assets were immediately frozen, and Aggle froze their funding too. We heard it all. We knew that it couldn't be done. It was too much of a burden for some young girl to do by herself. I couldn't help but seethe with anger, hearing someone shift the blame onto her and whisper behind her back.
When things go south, it's easy to push the blame onto a newer employee, but you're beating yourself up too much for how you handled having her on your team. From my point of view, at least, you weren't that strict. I don't think she took the pressure badly either. Don't be so hard on yourself.
What the hell? Cut me open, why don't you?
It's practically written on your face. You're all, everything's my fault, or I'm so sorry, Shiina.
Leave me alone.
Hey, would you mind doing that face again?
Tokiwa puffed her cheeks playfully as she pointed her fingers toward my face.
What do you mean?
Come on, just one more time. I'll stop bothering you if you make that face again.
You make no sense. Just leave me be. If you won't, then I'll just go home.
Kaboom!
Our favorite lolly, Lydia! Then out of the blue, something was thrown onto my desk.
Whoa! How about a warning first? Kinda pervy, don't you think?
Arta, I have the sample you asked for. I followed all your design specs, right? For a heroine-themed booby mouse pad.
Not right now.
Wow. Did you ask the marketing team to work on samples for this? What a turnoff. Well, I guess considering our target audience, it shouldn't surprise me at all.
I think I followed your suggestions to the T, Arata. What do you think? Does it resemble she enough?
This feisty woman is Lydia Nolan. She is Enigma's chief character director. Her Japanese is so good that it's almost hard to believe that she's a foreigner. She is a master of the art of conversation, to the point that I can't keep up with how quickly she goes through internet catchphrases. She's a ball of passion who pours her soul into her work and her hobbies. It certainly shows.
Would you quit it?
You asked for this, Arta? Don't tell me that you used Shiina as a model for the heroine.
About that.
She did.
Jeez. And you even went ahead and got the right proportions for her bust.
Ah!
It's a little too flat-chested, isn't it? Nothing that can't be fixed. Just need to add some padding over here.
Okay, good night.
My man dipped.
Stupid Arta.
Huh?
Today was tougher than usual. At least I've got this melon pond. Message. Let's see. Spam, spam, more spam. Yep, more spam here. Huh? This is... Wait. Does this underline say World's Odyssey MGMT? The subject just says, you've got an unread message. I should have turned the preview field on. I can't see what it reads inside, but it looks like there's an attachment here. The hell? Might be a virus, so I shouldn't open it, but pretending to have worked on Odyssey's World's Odyssey. Just to send an email to someone who actually worked on the game is so stupid. Wait a second. That's when I put my mouse cursor over the sender line. The email address being displayed was Sheena@WOD.com. Is this from Sheena? Seriously? It was the test email from Ninomiya, the girl that had been presumed missing for over a year. I didn't care that it could have been a spam email or some kind of prank. Without a second thought, I clicked it open. Why am I getting an email from her address? Huh? Just as I saw, there was an attachment. I couldn't figure out with its extension what it was, but it was obvious that the file had been compressed. I tried my best to extract the compressed files with a few basic expansion tools, but for whatever reason, I couldn't open them. Even if I click on it, it won't open. Is it a strange .zip file or something? Never seen an email like this before. Try as I might, I couldn't open the attachment. My brain was being pulled from all directions. First the sender line, now this attachment. My frustration made my cheeks bead red, but there was nothing that I could do to open it. What proxy server could this have come from? All of the servers should be down. I was at a loss. My next course of action was to access the World's Odyssey servers, knowing full well they were probably deactivated. What? You've got to be kidding me. After we unplugged the server, the cache should have been emptied and deleted. How the hell is this happening? World's Odyssey? Hey, what's going on? The screen's becoming erratic. It's buggy as hell. This is bad. It was nowhere near this messy when I last touched it. How would any bugs be able to penetrate a firewall if the device is shut down entirely? If I open up the control panel... Whoa! This is no good. These lines of code are totally jumbled. An entire year had passed since that incident. The disappearance of Sheena Ninomiya. Of course, we had reported her disappearance to the authorities immediately, but never had I been satisfied with how they chose to close the case. We were close teammates who had worked within arm's length for 2 years. We'd struck a fine friendship, and I'm sure that she'd agree. Sheena was wise beyond her years, but there were moments where her mind would drift off. The company had asked me to take Sheena under my wing so that not only would she be cultivating an understanding of our company, but she would also become an experienced professional, one that our company had planned on grooming to the highest echelon. When stresses from the job got the better of her, I noticed her slip over to the bathroom, where I knew she'd cry by herself in the stall. However, it was always done discreetly, never getting in the way of her work, of her giving 100%. Her unbridled enthusiasm always surprised our team's expectations. Surpassed our team's expectations. But what made her truly special was the sincerity in her work. I know because I spent nearly every day with her. Sheena would never, ever walk away from her job without any explanation. This game was her life, her legacy. It's hard to imagine anyone walking away from it without any care or remorse. There has to be something fishy behind her sudden disappearance. Nothing else makes sense. The police didn't share my conclusion, and were more invested in the belief that she willingly ran off instead of something more nefarious. As Sumika mentioned, I've been feeling hollow ever since. All I wanted was an answer. Something to make sense of the tragedy. I even thought that I would hire a private detective. Well, I thought I could hire a private investigator, but both of her parents had passed away, and she had no other surviving relatives. For anyone else, that would have been enough reason to leave be. But neither Sumika nor myself were willing to do so. Even as the two of us said about cleaning out her vacated office, we might know. We will find Sheena. Wait a minute. It says there's one active player moving in the server. It's impossible. Maybe if I check the player log and I can see a screen name or something. Account name, Sheena. Status, active. Last online, 3 minutes ago. Sheena? Are you in there? Oh. And chick has collapsed. And fell asleep. Yes, it has to be. These are the plains of World's Odyssey. Right now I'm sitting in front of Hardest Palace. Yo! Ah! You scared me. Oh, are you? I'm Mr. Enigma. Your voice. Might you be Mizunashi? Yeah, it's me. Don't you recognize my skin? It's our company's mascot, Mr. Enigma. Of course I do. He's so cute. Why are you using another character's skin? Well, I figured that chatting with you might be difficult if it was just my voice, so I hoped having a visual component would help. Besides, this character gives me access to parts of the code that I can't normally touch. Admins use this skin to crack down on troublemakers. In order to help you, I'll need to be able to identify errors in the code directly. This way, I make changes in real time. Kinda perfect, don't you think? Tech savvy as always, Mizunashi. Think it's a terrific idea. There's one catch, though. Because I'm an admin character, I'm not allowed to participate in battle. What? Don't stare back at me like that. Can't help it. I'm impressed by the level of graphical detail in Mr. Enigma. Thanks. Nice of you to mention it. Alright, let's try and make some sense of what we know at this very moment. Your name is Sheena Ninomiya. You are currently playing a game which you helped create. Remember that much, right? Yes. So, about your body in the real world. What's the matter? You're blushing. Don't put it like that. It sounds so perverted. I'm more than just a body, Nisha. What? A body is a body. How else should I describe it? Oh. If you don't like me referring to you as a body, then how about true form? No, body is fine. Alright then. Going back to the subject at hand. Judging by your responses, it seems like you don't know where you are. Why is that? I wish you could tell me. It's disorientating for sure. This world feels more akin to reality than any other at the moment. If I look at my right or to my left, I see the textures of the world's Odyssey's environments. I can feel the wind grazing my palm. Well, it's VR. Wherever you are, the real, you should be wearing the white rabbit on your head. Yeah, wherever you are, the real, you should be wearing the white rabbit on your head. Yeah. White rabbit? They're goggles that are optimized for games, which have what we refer to as the Alice engine. The primary selling point is that it induces a dreamlike state for it to wear. Reality becomes indistinguishable from VR. A dreamlike state. Maybe I can see for myself? Huh? What are you trying to do over there? I'm trying to find a way to remove my goggles. How do I take them off again, Mizunashi? Well, in order for the VR to work, the game requires all of your brain's conscious energy. You can't move until you wake up, really. Don't tell me you forgot. I'm sorry, my memory's still so hazy. Hazy, huh? what if her subconscious has trouble sorting her long-term memories with the experiences she's made in the game? Sheena, do you have any inkling as to when you first started playing World's Odyssey? Nope. Every time I shut my eyes and try to recall my past, everything goes blank. The one thing I do remember is coding World's Odyssey with you and the rest of the team. If I focus too much on it, I feel nothing except for dark, frigid loneliness. For a long time, I couldn't find anyone to talk with. My prevailing sentiment was that I felt scared to death. I see. Sheena, listen to me. In the real world, you've been missing for over an entire year. Missing? What? Is that true? Yeah. We immediately filed a missing persons report with the authorities. Togawa and I initially figured that you were involved in some kind of incident, so we've taken it upon ourselves to search for you. I should have asked you this right away, but was the choice to go missing of your own volition? I have no clue. It's tough for me to imagine how I got here in the first place, much less who's responsible for it. I see. We were worried sick, having considered all of the possibilities to a dizzying extent if her resounding sentiment was, in fact, fear. Perhaps she experienced some sort of intense trauma that scarred her memories, making them inaccessible for the time being. I can't help but wonder what kind of incident might have caused, well, incident might have left her in a state. You see, even with what I've retained for the real world, somehow it doesn't feel as tangible as anything I've sensed in this world. Sure, I remember sitting next to you with my cup of coffee working on lines of code, but I remember the sights and smells of walking on a meadow in World's Odyssey just as vividly. It might have something to do with the Atlas Engine's artificial intelligence control kicking in. What? I have a suspicion that the game has identified you as an anomaly and is trying to erase you, or it's trying to assume control of your character. Please don't tell me that. Just kidding. It's impossible for the AI to assume control of human consciousness as easily as I suggest. Why do you keep on hugging me? Because you're so adorable. Adorable? Come on! Huh? Oh! No! It wasn't like that. I was talking about Mr. Enigma, not you, Mizunaishi. Don't worry, Mizunaishi. I don't find you cute. Wow! Way to reject someone. I wasn't fishing for compliments, but for her to do a 180 so adamantly is discerning on its own. In any case, let's focus on logging you out of here so that you can wake up in the real world. Something unnerving is afoot, though. That enormous hole in the sky has unleashed a chain reaction of bugs all over this game. I see. So the hole in the sky was a bug? Where'd it go? Where did what go? I've been trying to access the master user interface panel to initiate a manual user logout, but the menu is nowhere to be found. You must be mistaken. There's no way that's possible. Wait, you're right. I can't perform the function on my end either. Do you think the bugs have something to do with it? We can't rule out the possibility, but I predict it could be more dire than we had originally anticipated. Meaning, in the same way that our names were somehow blacklisted from the in-game chat function, I see other signs of third-party tampering in our code. Are you You're telling me that we've been hacked? Well, that's my guess. Even so. Whoever it is, this person is in the know enough to identify the main programmer and the director of one of our unannounced titles. Like listening to the key developers for this game before its release is a little suspicious, don't you think? My hair's standing just thinking about it. I mean, given the World's Odyssey's servers are running when the project is halted over a year ago, it's a major red flag. So long as the source code is vulnerable in someone else's hands, we need to log you out as soon as possible to bring you back. But, how the hell am I supposed to escape this world? I have no idea where I am, how I got here, or how to log out. Wait a minute. What about that fail-safe function? Remember? The ending engage? What? You're right. I totally forgot about that. The beautiful thing about World's Odyssey is that despite being an MMORPG, there's a definitive end to it all. I wanted the players to return to reality and share all of what they saw and experience unlike anything they'd ever seen before, right? Our wish was for our designs and stories to inspire gamers in the same way that we were inspired. Breathless and ecstatic. Yes. I can't help but feel frustrated that for now, this is our only option to get you out of here. But for the time being, it'll have to do. So, let's head to the penultimate world to destroy the final boss and catalyze the ending engage. Got it. Alright, I'm starting to feel like myself again. If I can clear this game and log out, then I'll wake up in the real world in no time. I could finally see Sumika and Lydia again. And you too, Mizunaishi. Right. I'll be right beside you until the very end, so don't you worry about a thing. Our next destination? The mystical sky capital, Odyssea, right? You know the way there, right? Of course. I helped create it after all. Antidote, enemy.
In order to reach Odyssea from Hardis, we'll have to travel to Sturful, the kingdom by the sea.
Then let's part ways for now. While you head there, I've got some investigating to do on this side.
What? You're leaving already?
Oh, Sheena, I'm gonna give you one warning for while I'm gone. Don't die, alright?
Huh? What do you mean?
It's a miracle that the server can run at all. The world is swarming with so many bugs that it's impossible to parse through the code. In fact, I'm holding my breath as I speak with you under fear that our connection could be cut off at any second. If you're ever killed in battle, or if you jump to a save point prematurely and hit the load function, there's a chance that it'll send a faulty signal to the server, which can reset our cache and disable our communication. Once we're cut off, there's no guarantee that we'd be able to connect once again.
In other words, I would have to navigate my way to the end of the game on my own.
Yes, I implore you to use extreme caution while you're in-game. By your own estimate, this game should require a minimum of 50 hours to clear the main storyline, right?
Well, if we include breaks and potential side quests, then it could take far longer.
While you're in there, you'll have to complete all the necessary side quests to access the true ending and initiate the ending engage. It'll be a pain in the ass, but being thorough while we can't access the manual logout screen is our best shot at the moment.
Got it. I'll do whatever it takes.
Cool. I'm gonna analyze some asset files for Odyssea and get back to you. In the meantime, you won't be able to reach me. Sorry.
It's fine.
Don't look so worried. I'll have my laptop on me the whole time. I'll be checking in on your progress as often as I can, okay?
One thing. What would happen if your PC were to enter sleep mode? Would that cut off our line of communication too?
Is this your sly way of asking me not to let my laptop enter sleep mode? You worry too much. Anyway, I'll be on my way. See you later.
Oh. He left. Jeez, that guy really travels to the beat of his own drum. Someone could use a lesson on how to treat women.
I love that the palace. Bad memories came flooding back to me. I ran back outside. Lily!
I'm so sorry. It was not my intention to startle you. Wait, aren't you this girl? Looks like the one in that torn painting inside of the palace. Oh, I'm sorry. You scared me. I must apologize for approaching you like this. My name is Lily Hopes. What? I recognize her. Lily was an NPC that I created to serve as a guide for new players. I don't remember her wearing this outfit in her original design, though. Do the bugs have something to do with this? Wait a sec. She has a buggy just like I do.
Artist queen.
Oh, I'm Sheena. Sheena Ninomiya. Might you be the princess of this kingdom? Huh? Yes. As you said, I am Hardis' princess. Currently, however, I am one of its most wanted criminals as well. Criminal? I was locked behind bars in a cavernous cell, charged and imprisoned for assassinating the queen. Now that she mentions it, I remember writing this dialogue for her backstory. I somewhat regret being responsible for the struggle she's faced. But in reality, you are as kind as a gentle ray of sunshine. A stern, selfless woman who is beloved by all, whom I know would never do such a thing. What? Oh, I'm not from this kingdom, but that's what I've heard about you, Princess Lily. Please, Lily will do just fine. Understood. Lily it is. I can't help but express some relief to hear that. It has been some time since anyone has referred to me as a gentle ray of sunshine. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but were you just escaping from the palace? Yes. Why do you ask? Did you see my father, the King of Hardis? I wish to know what became of the king and everyone inside the palace. Please, tell me everything you know.
They're all cray-cray.
After all the cruelty she's faced from her sentence, she still expresses concern about the king and his warriors. From what I have gathered, the king has been amassing guards in order to counter the growing threat of deranged martyrs around the kingdom. However, many of those who flocked to heed the king's call never returned to tell the tale. I have tried fruitlessly to enter the palace to see it for myself, but entering as a fugitive is close to impossible. I humbly beg of you, tell me what you saw inside of the palace. What became of the king and the men in his command? I'm afraid you won't like what I have to say, Lily. Devil may care, I must know. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I wandered into the palace because I heard that the kingdom was in need of guards. Much to my dismay, I called out in search of an attendant and received no response. Right from the get-go, things seemed abnormal. The king! Was he safe? I, saw the king in his throne room, but he was shrouded behind a curtain, so I didn't get a good look at him. I can say for certain that something about his demeanor felt off. In what way? His mind was slipping. The king was all wiry, and all of his soldiers seemed to follow. Before launching into an aggressive pursuit, the king and his men screamed absolute nonsense at me. I think it was the bug. I mean, it must have been the curse that drove him to madness. Curse? You must be speaking about the Antoma. How could this be? Is no one safe in this cruel world? Miss Sheena, since you had responded to the call to serve as one of our kingdom's guards, I have a favor to ask of you. As princess of this kingdom, my responsibility is to free my people from their suffering. This turmoil can no longer stand. First, I must see what has become of the palace myself. Miss Sheena,
Is there any way that I could convince you to accompany me?
Sure.
I know that it is a lot to ask for, but... Huh? Wait, did you say you would?
Well, bravery means doing the right thing at the right time. So just leave it to Sheena the Adventurer.
Oh, thank you.
I can only imagine how worried you must be after being separated from the king for so long. The king is probably experiencing a lot of grief as well. So let's hurry, Lily.
Okay.
What the? The entrance is sealed. There might be another entrance around the back. Right this way. They don't call you princess for nothing. Let's head to the throne room. Hurry! Okay. Huh? Say, aren't you Sheena? What a coincidence to run into you here. Oh, Rook! What are you doing here? Man, if I had known you were heading this way, maybe we could have traveled here together. Don't be so shy next time. Alas, it's not in the cards. Huh? When we had our first encounter, I was actually en route to another kingdom. Between you and me, there are plenty of rooks throughout this world. Wait, what? Plenty of rooks? What do you mean by that? You see, originally, there was just me, ever since this thing latched onto me. However, the most outlandish thing has been happening. You're right. You've got signs of the curse on your arm, too. When I became possessed by this, whatever it is, I somehow have been multiplied. Multiplied? There are multiple versions of me, scattered across this world. Remarkably bizarre, if I do say so myself. Luckily, I retain control of each and every version of me. A singular consciousness at the helm of multiple bodies. Frankly, I see it as a blessing from the Lord. What better way to expand my business than with multiple merchants that I can trust? Does having multiple versions of yourself ever get to you, though? I'd be lying if I said that it doesn't, but compared to how others have been affected by the curse, I have no room to complain. Oh, seems like Lily is really confused. Mizunaishi had mentioned before that multiple versions of Rook were appearing as a result of the bugs. The bug is producing multiple copies of him. Precisely. Ah! Where did this bear come from? The lines of code enabling Rook to fast travel between locations has been corrupted. Instead of teleporting him, the game simply makes a copy. Oh. Mr. Enigma, you can't just appear out of the blue and scare us like that. Look how you startled the Lily. Who cares? I have no time to worry about every time someone else gets upset. Jeez. Has a new customer come to browse my wares? Oh, I'm Enigma, the bear. Don't worry, I'm not a threat. Right? Sheena? Oh, right. It's a friend of mine. She has a talking bear as a friend? Apologies if I scared you. Please don't mind me. Continue on with your conversation. He's so cute! Sheena, why not make a suggestion? Yes, as compensation for you having saved one version of me from a pack of vicious monsters, I'd like to offer you my services. Would you do me the honor? Wow, of course. On your map, I've marked a symbol showing where each of my clone subs is. They are safe zones where martyrs rarely appear. You are free to camp at these locations at your leisure. I'll also give you a signal so that you can summon me at any time. So stock my wares frequently to cover any of your needs on and off the battlefield. So be sure to check back with me often. Got it. Thanks a bunch, Rook. No need to thank me. should be thanking you for the increased business. Bro? Yes, my lady. Please, just Lily is fine. I am in no position to answer by my royal title. But, please. Very well, Lily. Might be of service to you. Do you happen to sell anything that I could use as a weapon? Weapon, you ask? Please, don't tell me you are thinking about entering the fray. These are dangerous times, my lady. My heart has already decided. Even if it means putting myself in harm's way, I must show bravery. I do not plan on sitting idly by while Miss Sheena risks her life for me. Lily. Then how about this? It's an elegant weapon. One that will keep you at safe distance while offering the means to protect yourself. Don't worry. Anyway. Oh, please. I can bear to accept money from the princess herself. Take it, I insist. No, I must pay my dues to honest merchants, like yourself. As a member of the royal family, I cannot rest on the graces and deeds of good people. In fact, I refuse to do so. What was that? I see. Your reputation precedes you, my lady. You're wise beyond your years. Then, if I may, accept my gift at a lower rate than what my customers usually receive. Consider it a gesture of faith to the crown. Oh my. Is this what my subjects refer to as a discount? Indeed. Token of goodwill for you and your journey, my lady. How wonderful. This will do. Oh, sorry. Have I acted out of turn? Thought this might be an acceptable response for your generosity. I apologize. The rituals and customs amongst townfolk are somewhat foreign to me. Oh, not at all. I'm merely humbled that you would show such kindness to a lowly merchant like me. Now, everyone, please travel safely. Hopefully our next meeting is sooner rather than later. I shall await your signal. What a gift it is to be a dozen places at once. Oh no, Sheena! Miss Sheena, I hope that I hadn't stepped on your toes when I expressed my interest in fighting alongside you. However, as the Princess of Hardis, it is my right by both to act in the best interest of my people. Thanks, Lily. But if we're backed into a corner or surrounded by monsters, then try not to act too rashly. Okay, understood. Are you sure I can fight with you, though? I thought for sure that you'd refuse me. I'd never do that. The more the merrier. Oh, and please, call me Sheena. First names will do just fine for the both of us. Okay then, Sheena. Lily.
Hey, baby.
You're making me blush. Now our friendship is official. Friendship? Ahem. Mind if I chime in now? Hope I'm not interrupting your lovey-dovey display. Lovey-dovey? Be a bit more careful, okay, Sheena? Huh? Mr. Enigma. Don't give yourself away. I can hear you inside my head. I'm using a private voice chat, so the others can hear me talking to you. You can speak using this chat, too. Just picture my Enigma avatar in your head, then communicate with me directly. Give it a shot. Like this? Can you hear me, Mizunashii? Loud and clear. Whoa, pretty convenient. Anyway, as I'm sure you've seen by now, Lily's got a little Atoma bug with her. Yes, actually hers was bouncing on my knee just now. It seems fully sentient. On a side note, those spider legs attached to your thigh are a bug too, right? Oh, You mean these dangly things? Yes, I realized right away that the dangly legs were a sign of that something was off in the game. Sheena, would you mind not saying dangly so much? Something the matter? For my sake, please. Okay. Anyway, we can leave the legs alone for now. Doesn't seem like any of the others can see the bug fluttering right in front of them. Considering how much it moves, you'd think that Lily would have said something by now. Has she brought it up to you before? Maybe she's just unsure of what it is. It has a mind of its own, after all. I bet she's just afraid of talking about it. Maybe not. Doesn't she look ashamed of it? Maybe. One laugh. So cute. Yeah. Doesn't look amused by it. Maybe she wouldn't. Maybe who wouldn't? So cute. Can't say for certain, though, can we? If no one else is looking at it, we shouldn't beat around the bush. Let's ask her directly. Alright. Still, it's strange no one else is reacting. Lily joined! Hey, Lily. Can you see this little bug? Don't tell me that you can see it too. Yes, actually I've been able to see it this whole time. I could see it too. Sheena has one that's similar, albeit purple instead of yellow. What a relief. I no longer have to pretend like it doesn't exist. Oh, sorry. It seems that mine has taken to you, Sheena. Hey, come back! This bug, as you call it, had suddenly appeared on my body. First, as a weird bump, but over time it developed a mind of its own. I assume that it is a physical manifestation of the Atoma itself. Oh, could you tell me a bit more about how it became acting of its own accord? It was then I had been falsely accused and imprisoned for assassinating the Queen. My guards were my only line to the outside world. I was informed that scores of innocent people were mysteriously dying as a result of the Entoma Scourge, and many others disappeared. Oh, I recognize that term. The merchant from earlier mentioned the same thing to me. He said something about people disappearing like smoke. Yes, personally, I believe those missing were abducted with some kind of dark evil magic. From what I was told, there are a handful of survivors from the event, but they live in constant fear of the Entoma and the martyrs. No matter how badly I had wanted to understand the plight of those who were affected, there was little to that I could actually do. Eventually, the kiss of the Atoma took the form of a painful bruise. I had believed that I, too, would soon succumb to this deadly curse. Just as I accepted my fate, this one popped out. Bagoo! When I first met you, Sheena, you can imagine the surprise on my face when I noticed that you were carrying around an Entoma, just like me. I wouldn't call it carrying around so much as it tends to follow me wherever I go. Bagoo! Huh? Are they playing with one another? Well, by the looks of things, it seems they're sniffing each other out. Maybe they recognize each other as friends. Well, the way one circles around the other looks like they're having fun. How precious. Don't get too attached. At the end of the day, they're still connected to the Entoma. It's important to note the common thread in how the two of these Entoma bugs appeared, which seems to be periods of extreme stress. I find it likely that there might be others who also have Entoma bugs that behave just as these two do. don't. Ever since my escape, I've been doing my best to keep a low profile, so I haven't had much contact with anyone besides you two. Now that you mention it, Lily, you said you were locked up in a heavily guarded prison, right? How were you able to escape? Well, the chaos sent by the Atomic Scourge diverted the attention of the Kingdom's authorities to other, more pressing matters. So after enough time had passed, one of the prison guards let me escape out of pity. Once I had gotten out, I took to wandering through a nearby town and saw others who bore the mark of the Atoma on them. Unfortunately, however, they were unable to control the Atoma and were subsequently devoured without a chance to get away. Sheena's Atoma tried to eat her when it first activated too, which means it has the ability to eat people whole whether or not it breaks from its host. It's like a carnivorous virus. Lily, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm sorry if I'm reminding you of what must have been a difficult, painful memory. It's fine. These are desperate times. Each of us needs all the help we can get. Sharing our stories means being able to join in on the fight. I consider myself quite fortunate. Oh, quite fortunate to have met the two of you. But you! Bugoo. I know. We'll call them buggies. What? Mr. Bear, let's call these things buggies from now on. And Toma isn't cute at all. Bugoo. It kind of sounds like a baby. I mean, you two did give birth to these children. Right? Right? Are you okay with that, Mr. Bear? I don't care. Are they worth giving a nickname to? I understand that they're dangerous beings, but if we have to coexist with them anyways, you might as well find them cute. Do as you please. As long as you know they're dangerous, I'm good. Anyways, your naming sense hasn't changed one bit. Thank you! That wasn't a compliment. Mizunaishi. Remember Lily's original design? I remember her hair being far more primed and blonde. A style befitting a queen. Oh, yeah, huh? Well, I don't remember the details of every single NPC we've made. Lily's current design is cute, but the fact that she's changed so much throws me off. Do you think this has something to do with the bugs? Probably. Maybe the assets of her character model got shifted or something. Should ask Lydia, our character designer. So, Lily's an escaped convict and has joined our party. A far cry from her original plotline, huh? Well, obviously. Irregularities throughout all of the world's odyssey, like you in the Atoma, are to be expected by now. Given that the bugs have changed everything from new monsters to producing clones of Rook, strange NPC behavior seems almost tame. Irregularities? Would you mind not referring to me as some line of code? What I meant was, you wanted to mention how peculiar it is that Rook and Lily are exhibiting changes that are aligned with their original programming, right? Although they are NPCs, you must remember that the Alice engine is powering the core of their decision-making process. This AI is like magic. Somehow they are able to make split-second decisions, thinking and reacting in a way indistinguishable from humans. To some degree, they're as human as you or me. Yeah, judging from how they describe their thought patterns, this AI is purely complex. I must admit, the implications frighten me. What's going on here? We should have been able to reach the throne room through this hallway. The pathway seems to have been sealed off. Let's find another way. Alright, special support abilities. When your buggy is present, there's a 50% chance to trigger a support skill in battle. Oh, when your buggy is present. Additionally, when the amount of field bugs is below 50, you can press the touchpad. Okay. Let's proceed. So, boom. There it is, that wall. So now I can't access that, so now I gotta go around. Alright, that's right. Let me check on Lily. I don't remember her model looking like that, because it was a hand. Okay. Anyway. Basic information. Yeah, all that. Alright. To reality. The arms of the clock were pointing to 6:45 a.m. The sky was turning white from dawn, and I could see a beam of sunlight peeking through the curtains. Aggle Inc. had ordered an immediate halt on development on the VR MMORPG, World's Odyssey, which meant that its servers were deactivated. But I discovered that Shiina Ninomiya, the game's director, who had been missing for a year, was stuck inside of it. I immediately called Sumika Tokiwa. Hello, it's Tokiwa. Tokiwa, it's me. I found her. Shiina, the girl who went missing, finally found her. Sorry, I can't come to the phone at the moment. Please leave a message and at the beep. Tokiwa, it's me, Izanashi. I discovered Ninomiya's whereabouts. Call me as soon as you hear this message. You got played. Whew. Oh. Shows Lydia the updated character model for Lily to see if any other NPCs had the same alterations made. Pigtails, huh? She looks more like a Harajuku girl than a princess.
Alright, baby.
Izanashi, remember Lily's original design? I remember her hair being far more primped and blonde. It's not befitting of the queen. Oh yeah, huh? I don't remember the details of every single NPC we've made. Lily's current design is cute, but the fact that she's changed so much throws me off. You think this has something to do with the bugs? Probably. Maybe the assets of her character model got shifted or something. I should ask Lydia, our character designer. I should give Lydia a call too. I hope she's still awake. Don't worry, went straight to voicemail. I had to try calling again. Huh? Lydia, is that you? The number you were trying to reach is busy, or is in a location with poor reception. Missed it. Backlog. Triangle. Anyway. Let's see. Damn her. She probably slept in because we've got the day off today. Bet you anything she slept all night. She spent all night binging some anime. Then decided to use the rest of the day recovering. Just send her a screenshot over a text message. Yup. If she's in charge of character design, then she'll know if any other characters have changes similar to Lily's. I opened the window and a fresh morning air drifting in, cleansing my room. Beat. I take solace in that she is alive and safe, but I won't rest until we know where her body is. Sheena, what could you be? No, that's that big. So, this is the other part. Depression. Ah, gotcha. Okay. And this is the episode chart. Okay. So, there's certain parts that I can't get because I have to, because, the whole, like, true ending thing. Unfortunately, you can't get the true ending through like, playing regularly. I don't know if that's, like, the park or it's Enigma Games.
7:30, huh? When was the last time I came into work this early?
Alrighty then, and I shall take this break here. That's the prologue. Alright, I can actually save that here. Yeah, because no decisions have really popped up, but I can save that right there. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna take me a break. As for my scheduling with streams for this week, whenever I do stream, I'm most likely going to be streaming like around like 6 or 7. Because, I won't be having my ride for work and whatnot, so I got to take this bus and train grind yet again. So, I've decided instead of me streaming like around 12 until like 5, I'm just going to switch that around. Then I'll stream from like 6 to 10. Because then I gotta get ready for work and everything like that. So, that'll be that. So, yeah. I will be back later to stream some more of this. That will be around like 6:30. Well, actually, more like 6:30, 7. So, yeah. Around say like 6:30 or 7. So, anyway, I'll catch you lovelies later. And hopefully it won't be as dialogue driven, but it is what it is. Just jumping back right into it and whatnot. Anyway, deuces!